So you might be in the market for a new security camera of some sort, and you might be looking at the Ring cameras as probably being a decent device for you to go and pick up. Now, the thing I can definitely tell you in my personal opinion is that Ring cameras, even in the later part of 2024, are still completely worth buying. I think these are very solid devices, they're very good cameras, and I am a very big fan of how these cameras have been holding up. Now, I've used a couple of security cameras in my day. I've used the Wise cameras, I've used some other ones, and now I'm using a Ring camera, and I actually enjoy it a lot. Number one, these cameras aren't really like super expensive to own. They have a lot of different cameras you can choose from. You can choose, some that cost hundreds of dollars, and you can choose some basic ones that only cost like $30. The one I have is the Ring indoor camera, the second generation, and this one is giving me a really good experience, and it only cost me like $30 to go ahead and buy. So I think that's a really big thing to keep in mind. They have a lot of flexibility when it comes to, it sounds like I'm having a sponsor post right now. This is not sponsored at all, and there's a lot of issues with these cameras, but I would say when it comes down to the hardware itself, it's definitely not bad. They definitely do feel cheap, right? Like depending on which one you get. If you get the doorbell, I'm sure they're going to perform a little bit better. But some of these indoor cameras, they are kind of what you see is what you're paying for. They are they're just built out of plastic. You can get waterproof versions, you can get some other more durable versions, but the one I got, like I said, $30, you're getting what you pay for. Now with the connecting process is very easy, and I do feel like if you're a beginner to even like using a phone, I'm sure you can kind of use and kind of set up these cameras because they're really not that complicated. The only thing is that when you are going through and you are setting up these cameras, there's just so many things, like so many like windows that you have to go through, so many pop-ups you have to go through, and that in of itself can be kind of annoying because it just kind of makes you go through so many things. But I do think for the most part, that's not the biggest deal in the world either, and I do think it's a really nice thing going on there as well. Now, on top of that, beyond than just being, connecting to the, Ring camera itself, when I'm using the application and I'm looking at all the, Ring camera videos and everything like that, it is also very nice to basically have a camera like that I can basically place anywhere, and it's going to hold up really well. So for a lot of times that I'm using these cameras, I just basically have it placed outside and I'm looking at it through, my application, and it does a really good job at basically giving me like exactly what I'm seeing. The dark mode, like the night mode options look really nice. I haven't really ran into too many issues when I'm using the application yet either, so I do think this in and of itself was a really nice thing, and I love having the capability of basically using my microphone or my, sound system if I want to hear what's going on in the backside as well. So if I want to hear what's going on in my Ring cameras, that's another really nice thing that you have. Now, one thing that does kind of annoy me a little bit is kind of like the pop-ups within the application. So it seems like they're always trying to upsell you on something, like they're always trying to upsell you on another thing and another thing and another thing. And that can kind of be a little bit annoying sometimes. I don't think it's a big deal in the world, but it's just like they're trying to always give you like Black Friday deals, or they're trying to make you sign up for their subscription model. And I think for some people that might be okay, or they may not care. And for me, it's not that big of a deal, but that can be kind of an annoying thing that you might be running into sometimes. Now, I think beyond that, the customizing options are very nice as well. There's a lot of settings that you can go through and kind of modify. So you can even invoke a siren, you can have motion alerts, you have built-in memory, so you can go through and just store stuff right within that particular camera, which again is super nice. You can share access to your camera to other people as well. And I think for the most part, if you're going to use something like a security camera and you're trying to go and get a basic budget one, I think a cheaper Ring camera like the second generation model, I think that's a really good option. Like it doesn't really cost that much money and you can go and buy it. And I think it's a very good option when it comes down to it. I think if you have a little bit more money to spend, then getting some of the more expensive models might make a little bit more sense. But I still think the Ring cameras are still completely worth buying in this day and age. And they are very good, solid options when it kind of comes down to it. So in terms of that kind of covers it up there for the most part. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that will mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.